Chicano Rap Radio. Raw and uncut.
Cubo, and welcome to another episode of Chicano Rap Radio. We have the homeboy screamer of Most Wanted in the house today. How you doing, homie? How's your day going?
Yo, what's cracking, dog? Nice to be here, homie. You're being your host for today.
That's right. We appreciate you joining us. As always, been wanting to. I know we've been trying to kind of link up for a little bit, and so now that it's here, I'm definitely excited for this interview. One of the things that I always, I kind of see the Chicano Rap Radio as a kind of way for us to kind of archive, some of the heavyweights in the music that we do. Gangster rap, West Coast rap. I mean, this is specifically Chicano rap just because, we're focusing on, Chicanos that just happen to rap, whether you're a rapper or producer. But I always like to look at it as kind of like as an archive, for future generations or for anybody out there that's perhaps never heard of a particular artist or producer. And so I always like to get a little background information, just a little summary, even if it's out there already kind of floating around. So, if you could just maybe give us a little background on who Screamer is and how you got into rap and, maybe even the evolution of you as an artist, from a young age to actually recording and the music you're putting out now. If you could give us a little background information, that would be tight.
Well, it all started, dog. Man, it's a long story. It's like a war story, man.
That's right. We want to hear it.
It all started when we were young, dog. Everything was just all fun and games. Me and Enemy, which before he was Enemy, it was my boy Walla. And your boy, now it's Triple Beams. They know me as Target, but before it was Screamer, everybody know me as Screamer, dog. And, we're running around wild like everybody else, going up tough in the neighborhood, getting into jail, coming out, doing that old, how it is, bang shit.
Yeah.
My cousin had a studio, was, I don't know if you remember him, was Brown Intentions was down.
Yeah. That's your primo?
That's my primo, dog.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's right.
Yeah, from Brown Intentions, and used to record off the studio, and I used to hang out, and used to just chill out. It used to be a hangout spot, and we used to just record music. He used to record music, as a matter of fact. And I used to be in and out of jail, and one day he just told me, hey, you know what? You want to make some quick money? I could record the first album, which was Eastside Click. And I told him, let's do this. And he's like, you came out of jail, you don't got nothing, you want to make a couple ends, buy a little whip, you know what I mean? And at the time, my boy Walla was already doing little mixtapes, little instrumentals. I remember he had one called With Dangerous Minds. Remember Dangerous Minds, Coolio?
Yeah.
My boy Walla had one of the first gangster rap songs that he had just made. So I was like, damn, the homie dope. You know what I mean? So I got at Walla. We were young, we were teens, and made this group. We put this group together. It's called the Eastside Click.
Yeah.
And we started kicking shit off right there at the studio right there. So my cousin started getting us a couple beats and stuff. You know what I mean? We started putting shit together, started doing things, and we came out with the Eastside Click, handing out beatdowns. And at the same time, it was a lifestyle. It wasn't just rap, dog. It was a lifestyle. Things that we were going through. We're going through this shit in life. So we're like, fuck it, let's sit in a rap. And at the time, we're listening to NWA, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, nothing but gangster shit. So we're like, let's get this gangster shit, but in our own way, So we started coming up with rhymes, my boy, and we started just kicking shit off. And that's how the Eastside Click came about, And from there on, we just started rapping, homie. It just went off,
And I imagine that was perhaps like an easy transition for you because, it sounds like you're definitely active, so the material was there, it was just a matter of just, putting the pencil to the pad and turning it into lyrics, because I mean, Eastside Click is one of the classics. And I think that's what, at least here locally, I think that's what helped spread it was that not only it was real, authentic, but it was also like it was just hard, if you wanted to listen to it. I mean, even maybe even other people from other side of town, you know, you just have to recognize that, damn, this shit's hard, you know, this shit's banging. You know, it was definitely for me one of those like, hey, put Eastside Click on, you know, because if you're trying to vibe, if whatever's going on Friday night or whatever, and especially if you know if you're kind of having like similar upbringings, you want to bump that shit. So it's like, hey, that's kind of that's our music right there, you know. So like big props on you know not only putting out good music, but at the same time being authentic and real with it. I think for me, and I think most fans, I think that's what we enjoy the most about you and the homie Enemy, and you know some of the other homeboys that put out music, is that you're real. You know, it's you're active, or you're talking about something that you don't just see on TV. You
We're
know,
going
you're
through
just
it,
kind
man.
of,
We're going through that shit, dog.
yeah.
Man, that album came out, my boy. The album came out, and I ain't gonna lie, dog. You know, we put out a couple CDs. So at the time, we didn't have at the time we had YouTube, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have
Right.
Facebook. Man,
Yeah.
shit. So you had to push them out with CDs. You had to press your copies, and you had to stand and fucking go to swap meets,
Right.
fucking sell them in the streets, sell them in fucking in the little moms and pop stores. You know, you had to put yourself out there. Right nowadays, it's easy for these upcoming rappers. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what, homie? I mean, I wanted to say, I mean, I think, and I hope it's taken as a compliment. I think because the music was so good and people wanted to bump it. I mean, even if you didn't get it out to them personally, I think there was enough bootleg versions out there that the music just spread, you know, and it was more in the sense that like, you know, like damn, like that's a badass album, you know, how can I get a copy of that? And
Yeah,
if you didn't get it from you directly, I mean, somehow you got a copy of the
yeah.
music you guys were
Nah,
putting
hell
out. One of the places I used to go, and it's shut down now, and you know I think it played a big role in helping spread some of your music. I think was Peacocks.
oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. We used to push a lot of copies right down 4th Street.
yeah,
Peacocks on
yep,
4th Street.
yep,
That was the main. That was one of the main Chicano CD play. I mean, places that sold a lot of Chicano CDs.
right,
And
right,
like I told you, my boy, when I put that album out, fucking, I had my. It was funny is that I had my copy, and because me and Enemy pressed copies, right? So we had
right,
our boxes. So I had my boxes. We made sweaters, Eastside Click sweaters,
yeah.
posters, and I was pumped up. It was my first album. I was only 15 years old, bro, and I was like
You're
pumped up.
15?
I was 15, bro.
Damn, homie, you were young. Like you got put on, and then you were already talented, and then
I was
you
15,
you got
man.
started young. That's right.
Hey, and what's fucked up is that my PO at the time I was on probation, and my PO pulled up to do
Damn,
a search fucking term, dog. And they took all my shit, dog.
damn,
They
that's
took
fucked
all my
up.
boxes, all my sweaters, my
That's bullshit.
posters, and I had the time for that shit. I just think that shit was funny, dog. At the time, it's just memories that will stay with me
Yeah.
forever. I remember I did time for that fucking CD,
Got
dog.
you caught up, huh?
Because of probation violation, gang terms.
Damn, yep, gangsters. And you know, that's interesting. I wonder where all those copies are now, you know, that probably sitting in some vault right there at,
They
you know,
probably have them
the
in evidence,
evidence locker.
somewhere, dog. But yeah, but that's how it came about, bro. And then after that, we just kicked it off, and Eastside Clip became a movement. And then we
Yeah,
switched to Most Wanted. And the reason because we switched to Most Wanted was because at the time we were wanted by everybody. Everybody wanted to get it.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
only that, but they liked us, dog. And you know how it is, dog, in the streets, homie. You know the whole banging and shit, dog. We want to get you, but
I,
people go through it. You live through it. You learn from it.
I think that's actually that was very smart on your guys' part, that it's a powerful name for so many different reasons. I mean, Most Wanted, you know, because you're out there doing your thing, and they definitely wanted you, they wanted to get you, but also Most Wanted because the music is just banging and people want to bump it, so it's an album that you want to get, you want to track it down. So I think that's Firman, the fact that you guys turned into what you turned it into, I think is very powerful, and I want to give you props for that, because I see the evolution,
Yeah.
especially from you. I mean, I didn't realize you were that young. I mean, you don't sound 15, in
I
those
was
songs, and
15, bro. I was 15 years old, bro.
that's right. And handing out beatdowns, still a classic.
Handing out beatdowns, dog. Everybody still be bumping that shit.
All right, so you got started at a young age. You because of your cousin, you already had kind of like a plug to be able to record your music. You guys, turned that into East Side Click, and then eventually turned into, Most Wanted. You have worked with several other artists. I mean, is there any other artists out there that, is there a particular song that maybe stands out outside
Oh
of,
yeah, oh yeah. We work with different artists, dog. We used to work with my boy Fingers, Fingadelic. I
yeah,
just album. He produced one of my first my actually it was I think my second third album, which was the first Most Wanted, which was the Enemy's Target.
yeah.
Which
Oh
had,
man, that motherfucker's hard.
yeah, that had Badass.
Yep.
They had Nocturnal,
Cocaine.
Cocaine,
Right.
Sand Dog.
Sand Dog. Yep.
Fucking,
Yeah.
man, they had a variety. They had a variety of different artists. I just man, I remember we fucked with Snoop, fucking fuck man, we fucked with all kinds of different people. We're
Right.
going to Miami. We're doing all kinds of shit at that time, man. We're just
Were you guys
getting,
touring?
yeah, at the
When
time
you
we're
said you're going to
touring.
my
We were in the Miami Calle Ocho. I
what?
remember jumping in that stage near my boy Enemy at Calle Ocho, dog. First time being in a big ass audience, man. We were
That's right.
nervous. We were just like, and we're in their city, dog. At the time, reggaeton's hitting.
Yeah.
Fucking, I mean, me gusta la gasolina was fucking hitting, dog. And we're in their fucking home, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we in reggaeton, and everybody out there's wearing New York hats, and we're wearing fucking Dodger hats, letting them know they're from the
Yeah.
West Coast.
Or Cowboys has, right?
Yeah, Cowboys and Dodgers, homie, but we're letting them know Dodgers because fucking, it's over here,
Right.
We
Right.
don't
That's
speak
right.
to home right here, the Alley Dodgers, But our main thing, we always wear Cowboys. That's the number one thing. We always wear
Yeah.
Cowboys, no matter what. Not only because we're Cowboys fans, we're number one Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
Straight
And
up.
what album were you promoting at the time? Do you remember?
It was the Most Wanted one.
Oh, the Most Wanted. You're talking about the one, yeah, the one that you
Yeah,
produced,
at the
the
time we're
Fingers helped
doing.
produce.
Yeah, we're promoting the Most Wanted one, and we're kicking shit off over there, and it was cool. It was a good experience. You know what I mean? Jumping up there, meeting different people, meeting Fat Joe, meeting Pitbull, meeting Diddy at the time.
That's
We're
right.
just meeting different artists. We're just touring, trying to get out there, trying to do the thing. It's just,
So were you touring just as a group, or were you joined by other artists?
we're doing it just as a group. We're just getting ourselves out there.
That's
We're
right.
trying to sign to labels. We're trying to go over there, trying to sign to Sony. We're trying to just do our thing. Just getting out there, putting your name out there.
That album was massive, to see like how fast you evolved into that, to go from the East Side Click and then following that up with the transition into Most Wanted, and then working with like just some of the heavyweights of the West Coast gangster rap, Cocaine and the
Cam,
Homeboy
you can't
Sendog,
forget
Cypress Hill.
Cam. Can't forget
Yeah,
Cam. West Coast Cam. That's another one. I'm a fucking dope too, dog. That was bad.
yeah. And you said Nocturnal. I'm drawing a blank. Well, do you remember the name of the song, the one with Nocturnal on there?
Nocturnal. It's what was that? Gangsta baby.
Because I might look it up. I was just saying, because I was
Fuck,
like, oh yeah, I forgot about that song. Because
fuck,
we
I forgot what the fuck it's called. It's been a while. I forgot
we'll
what it's
track it
called,
down. We're gonna have to
but
track
it's
it
out there.
down.
It's on that Most Wanted Enemy's Target album.
Yeah, yeah.
On that
That's
one.
a banger. That's a banging album. And you know what? It's rare when you have an album that you can pretty much play from beginning to end. And you guys did that with that album. Because pretty much every song I feel was just so well written, so well produced, and then the people that you were featuring on there just made it even better. Um, we have some of those songs in rotation. I mean, we're streaming live 24/7 right now, and we're definitely bumping a little bit of everything. But you know, I was just listening to the "Can't Stop What We Do."
What's
With
Sandog?
said,
Sandog.
yeah,
That was that one.
that was dope. But anyways,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
my
have to get the
favorite.
Nocturnal one up on our rotation as well. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that's a good place. We're gonna take a quick little break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio. We got the homeboy screamer in the house today.
Stay tuned
Raw.
in.
That's right. Stay tuned in.
We're
Chicano
here.
Rap Radio. Raw and uncut.
Hit us up at 805-395-6595 for your special requests, dedications, and shout-outs. Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We're chopping it up with the homeboy screamer. We've been talking about how he got into the music at a very young age. He linked up with his cousin Down, aka Kilo. He started doing music there. He also linked up with the homie Enemy, and then that turned into Most Wanted. They ended up working with the in my view, one of the OG producers in Chicano rap, which is Fingers. Big shout out to the homie Fingers because he's very talented. But I also think that he's produced some of the biggest records out there in regards to that gangster West Coast Chicano rap sound. And we were talking about that and how you were also started doing some touring. You met you mentioned some of the big heavyweights over there in Miami. When reggaeton was starting to pop, but you were still keeping it gangster and kind of try to spread that music. Tell us a little bit more of how what happened after your tour for the Enemy's Target, and kind of bring us current to what's going on right now in regards to the music. What are you working on now, or any kind of features that you're doing? What's going on in the life of Screamer in regards to the music right now?
Well, right now, we sticking to the script, never switched up. All I know is gangster shit, so that's all I've done, just gangster shit. And just, I've been still pushing work with my boy Enemy, trying to push things out right now, trying to get caught up with everything right now, because, life's different now, because now we're older, we both got families, so it's not the same like before where we had all the time in our life, should I say, where we were able to be at the studio 24/7, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have no fucking responsibilities, you know what I mean?
Right.
We were young kids, but now, we're grown men, we're adults, and we got families we got to raise now, you know what I mean? So now we gotta set that apart with the music. So, but we got time for music, but we still got time to put it in.
Right.
But right now I got a project. I did a project that I did that I'm also working on Corridos. That was with my boy Lalo Cerratos, which was called Entre Lobos. With that me and him, bro, we sat down and it was basically a story about my life, and he wrote a song about me, and I told him about my life. I sat down, we wrote it down, and I told him my lifestyle, and we put it together. We got with Destructive Films, and we shot a video, and we put it out there,
That's a banging song, homie. For the people that don't know and want to go check it out, what's the name of the song? And maybe where's a good plug for them to find it? Instagram or YouTube? What's the best?
It's on YouTube, my boy, on Land Beast. It's called Entre Lobos by Lalo Cerratos. Go check it out. That shit's a banger. You guys like to listen to corridos, sepa son pistos, chill out. Ahí está, para todos los pinches pelados.
That's right. That's right. And you know what, homie? That song is I've been bumping that song too since it came out, and it has a little gangster vibe to it. I mean, not only because of the visuals, but because it talks about your life, So I think it's like a good blend. How it's a corrido, but it's still got that little gangster vibe, because it's talking about Screamer. How is it that you and Lalo Cerratos linked up? Tell us a little bit more about how that came about.
Well, I hooked up my boy Lalo Cerratos to my boy Camouflage, which is Locura Terminal.
Locura Terminal.
And I like my boy Camouflage, and that's my boy Camouflage's artist.
Okay.
So, he's the one that introduced me to Lalo, and I met Lalo through there. Actually, first we worked on one project with Sky is the Little Five. That's the one that the first one we did, and we did a video to, which I was vibing one day. I was at the studio one day at a Locura Terminal studio, and they were writing the song, Sky is the Little Five. And my boy Camouflage like, hey, Screamer, check this out. You need to meet my dude. And I'm like, wow, what's cracking? Like, he's Corridos. Check him out, dog. And I'm like, let me see what you got. This is Corridos. So boy started kicking some Corridos. Just like we kick freestyles, homie started kicking Corridos. So I was like, man, this shit is dope, boy. And I'm like, what's this stuff? Guy is the Little Five. And Camouflage like, what do you think? And I'm like, it's just bad, dog. Put that shit out. And he's the one that told me, hey, boy, you want to say something in the middle, like welcome to the city of Chiques or some shit. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to say that. Welcome to the city of Chiques. And that's what came about when I met Los Cerratos. And then we linked up later in the future to make Entre Lobos, you know what I mean? But big shout out to my boy Camouflage, my boy Schizo, you know what I mean? Locura Terminal. They're another motherfuckers that been in this game for a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
Oxnard legends right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Oxnard's put out.
my bad. I'm sorry to interrupt you. My boy Big
Go ahead.
Tank. Don't forget about my boy Big Tank neither. He was a part of that movement too.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the homie on about 2 weeks ago. You know, I wanted to right now that you brought that up. I mean, like I wanted to touch on a little bit. Oxnard, you know, Chiques has put out a lot of like real hard or just real talented. You know, I don't necessarily want to say hard, but just real talented. You know, rappers or artists. You know, what do you attribute to that? You know, why is it that Oxnard seems to be producing, you know, a lot of artists in the gangster rap, the West Coast rap, or the Chicano rap game? Why do you think that is?
I just think, brother. I think that it's just a lifestyle. It's because out here, homie, they call it Little Chicago, Little Chirac. Because out here, homie, it's a little city that it's an active ass city, dog. And I just think that, you know, we help. I'm not saying we did it ourselves, and I'm pretty sure there's other rappers, but we're one of the ones that kind of started the movement. And I think after starting the movement, everybody's like, hey, you know what? We got to do that shit too, you know? And everybody started doing it too. But big shout out to everybody doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love to see people coming up out of Oxnard, you know what I mean? Especially when they're repping my city. I'm like, oh,
Right.
that's right.
Your hometown.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My hometown is getting out there, you know what I mean? But it all started, I think, with not only with rap, but it all started too with boxing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boxers started putting our city out there, like Fernando Vargas, you know what I'm saying? That opening doors, which was Doug Garcia's, which was the coaches. Right. They're the main ones that really opened the door for Oxnard to really get out there. And I think it all started too with boxing, with boxing, and you know, with not only that, with soccer, and now Oxnard just getting known just in different, not just rap, just sports as well, you know.
Right. And you know, I'm glad you brought that up because you know, I think your son is involved in boxing, and you know, I want to maybe just get a little bit about that. I mean, you mentioned that, you know, Robert Garcia. I mean, I think he was one of the first world champions out of Oxnard. Definitely put Oxnard in regards to boxing on the map. And I think does your son train at his boxing gym?
No, he trains with his brother, with Danny Garcia.
His brother. Oh, he's got another. Okay, that's right.
And hey, but if you go back, actually, it was Danny. Danny came first. He was the older. And then I believe it was Robert after that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, my bad.
The first main champion that started it was Danny. And Danny,
okay, that's right.
Then
I got it backwards, my bad.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting it. I don't want to go around saying that shit.
I saw good. It's all good. But Robert did do a lot too. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Robert's known out here in Oxnard and respected too in Oxnard. Yeah. You know, big shout out to Robert Garcia with all the boxers. Salute, my boy.
Yeah.
And big shout out to my boss, fucking Danny Garcia too. Which is he's the one that's training my son, and my son's coming out of that gym, and you know we're going amateur after all this COVID.
What weight class is he in?
Well, right now the weight class right now they just go in right now since they're small.
Mm-hmm.
There's no weight class, so
okay. Is it age groups?
He's fighting. Yeah, actually he's fighting out of 100 pounds. 100. Okay. So when you go right there, you find someone that weighs about 110. You can find someone 110. 115 if you want, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter how old he is. If whoever you want to size him up with, you just show up and
that's right.
You just weigh on me. It's like you're bringing your gallos, dog. You show up to the fight. And you're like, órale, aquí estamos para tirar putados. ¿Quién está aquí?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you sign your son up, and once you sign him up, then someone else shows up and you start sizing everybody up, and you just go right there. You look for the weight. You'll be like, oh, look, there's a contender right here, Gallo. This so-and-so weighs 105. And how much you weigh? 100. He's 5 pounds more. Or you know, you're 105. He's 110. Or you're 110 and he's 100. And you just basically go and you hit up the coach. Hey, what's up, man? And what's up? We're here to scrap. You guys want to scrap it? You set it up. You put it down. I'm gonna let you put it down for the
damn, dude, you getting me excited. Well, what's up? When can we go see your son box? I mean, you pumping me up.
Yeah,
the way you're describing it.
Yeah, we're just waiting right now for this COVID-19 to end, my boy, so everything could go back to normal. Cause we're already getting there, dog. We're already fucking amateur. He has a bout. He already has a bout, and
Really?
he started his first amateur. He's 1-0 right now. He went in there fucking just slugging him. His first
He's
fight, I think
undefeated.
he's undefeated so far. And right now, all we do is just spar. That's all we could do right now until
Yeah.
this COVID-19 goes away.
Well,
Yeah.
he just has to stay in shape, you know, in forma,
Yeah,
you know, that way
consistent.
when
We
the
just
time
gotta
comes
stay
out.
consistent. You know what I
That's right.
mean?
That's solid. Well,
But
one last thing. What's your son's is it Gallo or Gallito? What do you call your son? Because I've seen some of your posts.
yes, Gallo. You guys could find him
Gallo.
on Gallo. You guys could find him on Instagram. Gallo23 on Instagram. That's my son
Okay,
right there.
that's right.
Follow him in his journey.
Yeah, and you know, it sounds. I mean, him being your son, and you know, just from what I've seen, it seems like he's driven, very motivated. So I think he's gonna do big things once this whole COVID thing, you know, gets out of the way and he's able to shine.
Yeah, I'll invite you next time you have time. Since right now the COVID-19 is not open, but I invite you to one of the sparring sessions. It's like a
That's
fight,
right.
anyways. It's like a fight.
That'd be solid.
So when they spar, it's like when they spar, bro, it's like no one wants to lose. So at that
Yeah,
age, so they go
yeah.
at it. Now they go at
And
it.
he sparring with people in his gym, or like are there ever like, you know, kind of
Yeah,
meet up with
whoever.
other?
Yeah, whoever.
That's right.
Whoever,
That's
dog,
right.
whoever. People from his gym, and sometimes we go to people's and others' gyms. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the only way they're gonna learn. You know,
That's
and
right.
you don't want to always make it easy, so you always want to give it a little competition, a little turn
Yeah,
off.
that's right. Well,
You know
having you in his corner, I'm sure he's going to do really well, homie. And
what I mean?
so stay posted, keep an eye on the homeboy.
We're trying.
Going back to the music. So that song that was written, about your life. You guys also recorded the video. Where was that video recorded? Because it seems like it was, recorded, right here, like in the heart of Oxnard.
Oh
Where,
yeah, that was recorded right there in the hood, dog. That was right there at Colonia, dog, in Rose Park.
that's right.
Recorded
Yeah,
right there. We had to record it in the blocks, dog. We had to because that's where we grew up, and we recorded in the streets that we were running at the time when we were young, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I saw the 5 O's rolled up. I mean, was that they just I just happened
Yeah,
to work its way into the video, or were they just harassing you guys about
they
recording the
just
video?
harassing. Some was hating, you know what I mean? Some was hating, some was scared or whatever. They called them and they pulled up and
Yeah, you
you
guys
know
were
what I
deep.
mean? Yeah, they ended up taking one of my boys in actually, my boy Mikey, dog. Shout out to
Damn,
Big Mikey, homie, my boy Paca right there. They ended up
was
taking him into that video, dog. They
he
pulled
had a
him in.
warrant, or like he got gang terms?
Yeah, nah, fuck. I think he just got nabbed up. They just nabbed him up. He wasn't supposed to be there. They just told him, Mikey, come here.
Charlotte. Yep.
They handcuffed him. I felt bad actually when they took him out. Like, damn, man, que gacho. So I had to go explain it to his dad. But he got out. He got out. He got out. You
Yeah,
know.
that's
But
right. That's
he's good.
solid.
He's good. He's out there. He's out there. That's one of my solid boys right there, dog. Big Mikey, homie. Big shout out to Mikey.
AG, and I don't want to stray too much on from the music, but I mean you kind of touched on something, because here at Chicano Rap Radio, I mean, we're trying to showcase the music, the culture, definitely support the artists as much as we can, because we really do feel like the industry as a whole has kind of blackballed us, and I think it's mostly because of where most of the Chicano rappers come from. Our content, I think it's a little too raw, a little too real, for the industry as a whole. But there's also a lot of things that the music talks about that maybe I think people overlook. You know, we're just rapping about stuff that we see, and we're a product of our environment. We're rapping about perhaps injustices. And, I know when I had Enemy on here, he was telling me, sometimes, these 5 O's get out of hand. And, there was one of your homies who was, in my view, was he was killed in their custody. And,
Yeah.
in my view, it was just kind of like a little bit over policing. You mentioned that during the video, one of your homies, got nabbed up. And I imagine that's a daily thing that, you and your homies have to deal with. But I had recently seen somewhere that they did away with the injunction. I mean, is that something that maybe you could just give us your 2 cents on? I mean, as far as, locally, how that's affected, the ability for people from the hood to shine because of the injunction or because of over policing? Or what are your thoughts on that?
Man, I just think they were just hating, Mama. I think they're just hating. They don't want to see it shining, but we're trying to do something negative to something positive. You know what I mean? We're trying to
Right.
make money out here. You know what I mean? And I think to tell you the truth, I think they were just mostly just discriminating. Because at the time when they put in gang injunction, they were just swooping up on anybody that was wearing cowboys, not even asking no questions, and boom, you're in the gang injunction. He's your police.
Profiling.
Boom, he's in the yeah, exactly. And I'm glad they took that shit away because there's a lot of people that are locked up that I think they shouldn't be locked up. A lot of innocent people, but man, these police out here, you know, so some of them they be hating, dog. They don't want to see a motherfucker shine.
No, no, and
You know what I mean? Like just me
yeah,
myself, like me myself, I just beat a case, bro.
yeah. I mean, I noticed you were kind of gone for a little bit, and it seemed like then you were back. So I'm glad you were back, and I don't know the details of it. I mean, I'm not concerned. I don't want to get the details on
Nah,
that, but
we're
I'm
good,
I'm
we're
glad
good,
that
we're good, we're
I'm
good.
glad it worked out, homie, because I think oftentimes, uh, it's bullshit, just bullshit charges or whatever the fuck they're trying to put on a homie or,
Racial
this case
profiling,
you.
bro. Racial profiling. That's all
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is all the time. But rather than that, man, ain't gonna stop us. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing, and we're gonna do
And
what we gotta do. You know
and
what I
you
mean?
hit the studio. I think you hit the studio right out. Well, once you beat that, right? I mean, is that like
Oh
is
yeah,
there
yeah.
just
We waited.
unreleased song or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, it's just a song that's coming out. You know that we got featured on, and I had to spit some real shit because everything I spit out is about my life. Everything,
Right.
nothing fake that I spit about. So I had to get it out my chest.
Yeah.
I told Enemy, hey, dog, you know what? I want to jump on the studio. And he told me, as a matter of fact, we're gonna do a feature. And we did a feature with which was Young Quicks. I don't know if you heard of him too.
Yeah.
He's another Oxnard rapper too. And
Yeah.
Young Quicks, hey, shout out to Young Quicks. And Young Quicks, actually, my boy Leo Ignite's the one that put it together. My boy Leo Ignite's like, hey, your Pato do a song with Young Quicks. Young Quicks wants to jump on the track with you. And we're like, all right, let's do this shit. You know what I mean? Put it together, set it up. And they're the ones that set it up. And I had to get it out my chest, so I had to spit that raw shit, that real shit, you know. So that's
Yeah.
what it's about.
That's right. That's right. I think people who are fans of your music, I think that's exactly why they are fans of your music because you're spitting that real raw music that comes from personal experience, something that you saw or lived through yourself. And so thank you for sharing that with us and then bringing us into that world for those of us who maybe aren't following you around every day, but we're able to get a little taste of Screamer. And when is that song coming out? I mean, is that already out or is that set to be released soon? Like, what can we expect that?
It's set to be released pretty soon. I just spoke to my boy Ignite, so they're gonna put it out in this mixtape called The Lost Tapes, and it should be getting released within I don't think I'm thinking no less than a month, man. It should be coming out pretty soon.
That's right.
So
Well, what's
we're working on possibly doing a video. So we still gotta sit down and negotiate that and see how that's gonna go about. But yeah, stay tuned. We got music coming out.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So stay posted. Homie still is always bringing the heat, and when that album releases, I mean, it's not gonna. When that record releases, it's not gonna be any different. We're gonna take another quick little break, and we'll come back and continue to chop it up with the homeboy screamer of Most Wanted. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Yeah.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Cubo, and welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We've been chopping up with the homeboy Screamer. We've been talking about his transition into the music. I think that a lot of his music that he puts out is kind of like also an autobiography because he shares so much of his life or ends up in his music. And he was also telling us about how he got into the music, how he was out there touring, and then how he transitioned into the kind of current state of his music, which is working with the Corridos. He was telling us about the song that was recorded in regards to his life, Entre Lobos. And I was just curious. I mean, it seems like you're kind of a little bit heavier into that genre right now. Is there anything else going on that you want to share with us in regards to the music?
Yeah, I'm also working with my other boy. I want to let you guys know too. I also work with my other boy, Yariel Ruaro, which is managed
That's
by
right.
my boy Tommy Guzman. Shout out to my homie Tommy. Which we got the plug, and I got the privilege to meet him, and we kicked it off, and we kicked off a solid relationship, man. Me and him just kicked it off. As soon as we met each other, we just kicked it off, you know. And now
That's
he's my
right.
boy, and I got the boy, you know. And we're working on a new project, and stay tuned. It's gonna be called Los Más Buscados, and that's coming up next. And it's gonna be something different. This Corrido is gonna be way different. You know, I can't tell you guys what it is because I want you guys to just
We're gonna check
see
it
it,
out for sure.
see it to believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And so los más buscados, is that the name of the song, or is that like gonna be like a bigger project in regards
Yeah,
to,
it's gonna be the name of the song. It's gonna
okay,
be
los
the
más
name of the song.
buscados?
Marvel
What
Scouts.
when can we expect it? I mean, I'm just off the name alone, you know, it already sounds like it's gonna be a winner. When can we
Yeah.
expect that?
Right now, I'm just waiting for my boy to finish working on his two projects that he has to finish up. That I just touched base with him today regarding that, and as he's already almost done with the second project. And as soon as he's done with that second project, we want to kick it off. So we're thinking soon. The sooner the better. And you know, I'm just giving him his time so like that he can sit down and analyze what he's gonna do. Because you know,
Right.
and we don't want to jump into things too quick. Because when you take your time and you sit down and meditate and plan it out, things come out even better. You know.
Right, right. And so, can we expect that sometime, by the end of this year, or is that? I mean,
Yeah, but hopefully by the end of this year.
that's right,
End of
that's
this
right.
year is gonna come out, dog. So stay tuned in. And make sure you guys go ahead and follow him too, Yariel Ruaro. You can find him on Instagram, YouTube. He just put out a new fucking a song right now that was called what, Te Quieres Ir
Yeah,
with the
I saw that.
mariachi. So bro,
Yeah,
that's a banger, dog. You know,
yeah,
he's coming with different flavors, different bandas, mariachis, corridos, and he's coming in with the other banda sound pretty soon. So stay
yeah.
tuned in.
Well,
We got a lot of things
and
working.
don't sleep on the homeboy. You know, he's very talented. He's definitely going to do some major things. His music has a wide variety of subjects, and we're looking forward to Los Más Buscados. I'm sure it's going to be a banger. We're looking forward to the video. I've noticed that you guys seem to have kind of like a pretty tight relationship. You were recently out there. I believe he was performing somewhere. So it seems like you're pretty involved, when he's out there, either recording or performing as an artist. I mean, tell us a little bit more about, your role in regards to supporting Yariel as an artist.
Yeah, it's just a team. Yeah, we just gathered up a team, which is most wanted. You already know my team most wanted,
Yeah,
and Yariel is gonna be part of the team too, which is actually I became part of his team as well,
yeah,
which I wrote with him. That's my boy. I make sure, like I told him, make sure everything goes right, everything goes out smooth, and it's just a movement, man. It's just a relationship. It's not just music. It's more like familia. You know what I
right,
mean? More
right.
like it's more like family. That's what it is,
Yeah,
basically. Put it down like that. It's more familia.
yeah.
That's what it is. And
Yeah, and we can see that, we saw that he came through for your birthday, which was not too long ago. It seemed like you guys were posted up and you guys were just kind of having a good time.
yeah, we've been vibing, man. Man, he's a good dude, man. He's a female person, dog. You meet him in person, he's real humble, real good person, man. So big shout
That's
out
right.
to my boy Yadier, man.
That's right. Keep an eye out for the homeboy, and if you see the homeboy on the bow, you're probably gonna see the homie Screamer. So,
All
you
the
know, you
time.
you get a twofer. You get a two for one. Go see Yariel, and you get to see Screamer, or vice versa, I guess.
That's how it goes down. You're not lying. You're not lying.
That's right. And I was just curious. I mean, I was still a little interested in your son's future as a boxer. Do you think we can maybe get him on for one or two questions? Is he close by? Can we
Oh
track him
yeah,
down?
he's around. He's around. He's right here. He's around. Gallo, let me get him for you. Gallo,
Yes.
come here. Yo, Gallito. Hey, don't sleep on him neither, man. Here, let me give him the headset. Let me give
Yeah.
him the headphone.
All right. Let me know when you're ready, Gallo. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, homie? How you doing today?
Good.
Good, good, good. Your dad and I, we were talking about, your future as a boxer. I've seen some of the videos on Instagram. It seems like you're really talented. How long have you been into boxing? Like, do you remember how old you were when you first got into the boxing?
I was 11,
11. How old are you now?
12.
12. Okay, so you've been doing it hard for about a year, right?
Yeah.
And your dad was telling me that right now technically I mean, well, you're undefeated because your first match you won it. When do you think we'll be able to see your next match? Any upcoming matches that we can keep an eye out for? Maybe even if it's just a sparring. Where can we see some of your fights?
I'm gonna spar on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, okay. We're gonna ask your dad to post that because we think you have a big future. What do you like the most about boxing?
In the bag.
Hey, in the bag. Okay, okay. What about like because it's like I'd be scared to get into the ring with you because you seem like you're very like motivated, like you're driven, like you kind of get into like the zone. Once you're in there, and once you're in the zone, like it's just like no stopping Gallo. Um, I think that you have a big future. Is it right? We kind of just maybe bring you back once you start getting famous. The big boxer, and you start representing Oxnard.
Yeah.
What gym are you fighting out of before we let you go? Let the people know what gym
Danny Garcia.
where you're training. Danny Garcia?
Yeah.
That's your trainer?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's right. Well, we appreciate you, giving us a couple minutes of your time. We look forward to looking into your career and seeing what you do with it. We think you're very talented. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right, homie. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
A little gallito for you. Man, I'm
That's right.
surprised he didn't come out with the fucking belt. I should have told him to
Yeah.
came out with the fucking belt on the shoulder.
Oh, well, we'll keep that for the next one. He's telling me that his next sparring is on Wednesday because I was asking when can we see his fight, and because we were talking earlier because of the COVID, it's not going to be any like actual real fights. It's not going to be for a while, but give us a little peek of his next sparring session because I think I think the audience is now they're tuned in to Lil Gallo, and I think he's got a big future. So if you can share some of his sparring with us.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. He's gonna do it on
That's right.
Wednesday. So we
That's
did it
right.
last Wednesday, so he's gonna do it. We're gonna start doing it mostly every Wednesday, just to get him ready as soon as this COVID-19 ends, so to get ready
He's
to get
on.
back in the ring and continue doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Anybody around 100 pounds better watch out.
Lo gallito coming for you.
Yeah. For anybody out there who's already not following you and maybe they want to stay current with your music or in your life in general, especially that of your son, that's boxing. We know you like to share that his sparring and his career, what's going to develop into his career. What's your Instagram handle?
Yeah, you could follow us at Gallo23. That's Gallo's IG, and you can follow me at Triple Beans One.
Gallo 23 and Triple Beans 1.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
our Instagram right there, my boy.
Yeah.
And you can also link up with us at Most Wanted Familia. That's our main page.
All right. Okay. So definitely giving us a lot of sources to stay current with your music and with the movement and definitely your son's career. He's got a bright future. So make sure you check out Screamer at his Instagram. You can either follow him on his Instagram or the Most Wanted Familia page. Make sure you also don't sleep on his son Gallo 23. He's going to do big things, and I think he's going to represent Oxnard in a big way. Any last words or whether it's advice or just kind of anything you want to leave the audience with before we cut this short?
I just want to say big shout out to everybody right here representing the city of Chiques. Especially big shout out to all my boys out there holding down the east side, dog. That's all I want to say. Big shout
That's
out
right.
to everybody. Shout out to
That's right.
Blue, Destructive, everybody doing out there, all the video edits, everybody. Without them, without the video guys, there'll be no videos. You know what I mean? Big shout out to them.
That's right, homie. That's right. Well, we appreciate you joining us, homeboy. We appreciate you letting us, chop it up with your son. We're gonna stay posted for Los Más Buscados. We're also going to keep an eye out for that song that you recorded when you kind of beat that case, and it's set to be released soon. The collabo with Young Quicks, and also anything that Yariel has, coming down the pipeline. We're gonna thank you for turning us on to him. Because I think there's some people that are definitely already vibing with him, but for those people that aren't, you just turned them on to a heavyweight, someone that's gonna go on to do major things. So thank you for that. We appreciate your time, homie. Want to wish you and your familia well, and we'd like to have you back. Definitely want to stay current with you. So thanks for everything, G. Appreciate that.
Hey, thank you. Hey, and thanks for having us, Snipes, because without you, man, without these channels, we wouldn't be getting out there as well, So big shout out to Snipes right here, Chicano Rap Radio, doing this whole thing, doing the whole movement.
Gracias, homie. Gracias. All right, homie. Enjoy the rest of your day. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.